I read online that you use zoom lenses.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the other lens that I'm carrying today. It's 1855 by Fuji, and yeah, I think they're great for reflections, but most of the time I'm just with this one with 27.
What are the benefits of using a zoom lens? Because most of them use prime.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're great for reflections, and that's something that I've been trying to explore in the last 4 or 5 years. I've been doing a lot of reflections, and then sometimes you just want to, just to reach that detail that's far away in the frame. And then I like the way that the zoom lenses compress the layers, and then we can create like relationships between the elements in the frame, and just make them more unexpected and sometimes a more surreal or abstract image with them. But at the same time, sometimes I feel a bit lost with zoom lenses because I never know if I'm in the right distance. So I'm always zooming in and out. And
you have to remember what focal length you are.
Yes, and that's why and that's why I prefer this one, because it's fixed and I don't have to think very much. I just get closer or get further, and I think I get more easily in the zone with this one, and that's my everyday lens.
Because you get used to the 27. It's like a 40, right?
Yes, it's 40, and I used to use Nikon until 2014, and I had a 40 as well. So when I moved,
40 is like the perfect.
Yeah, for me it is, because it's not very wide, but at the same time it's not very closed. So I think it's a good middle point.
Yeah, we started already talking about cameras. I wanted to do it at the end, but
it's hard to avoid this. It's not a problem. Do you use Fuji as well?
Yeah, I have a X100, but I use the Ricoh GR a lot.
Yeah, you're an ambassador of Ricoh.
Yeah, I was.
I just
the first one came out, and I cheated with Fuji. This one came out, and I came back.
Yeah, some friends of mine used it.
Yeah, it's really nice, so small.
Yeah,
but very wide.
Yeah, I think that for me this is the problem. Like 28, it's too wide.
When you do layers, layering is easy for dynamic layering, but maybe harder if you use reflections. And,
have to get very close.
We can check out the spot in front of Burger King where we met.
Perfect, yep.
And if there's no light, maybe we go on the other side.
Sure.
So if you see like a busy street, you're not drawn to the crowd or the people, more other things.
I like busy streets as well, but I'm always try to, I don't know, it's a mix, because I like my complex frames with lots of things going on, but at the same time when it's too busy, I think it's just hard to make sense and to organize the frame. So it's a mix.
Here's always
it's always more challenging, like in a scene like this, to organize everything and to make some order.
To get some order.
Yeah, that's why I like to work with with the light of the beginning of the morning or late afternoons, because then you can like isolate some people under the light and just keep everything else in the shadows, and can just direct the viewer's attention to what's important in the frame, and just wait for the right character to get into the light and just click it. But it
looks like we're not lucky. Yeah, it looks like the clouds will not break out for us. And if you see something, then just run to it. I don't want to be in your way, right?
Yes, sure. Okay, so normally in a place like this, I would always look for some reflections and
for reflections, maybe the other side is better because there are more shops.
Yeah, maybe even when light's not so great, I try to look for interesting characters and something that can make the photo by its own. But sometimes it just doesn't happen, and I don't know. I don't think that having a nice character by itself can make a good photo. So I always try to use it, but at the same time to compose the image with more elements, just to create a more dynamic image with.
Because everyone can find the interesting character.
Yes.
But what you do with it is...
Yeah, for me it was more about how you saw something and then what you're seeing. So I always try to put myself in the picture as well.
The sun was out, because then all the people get highlighted in the background.
It's more challenging when there's no sun, but at the same time I tend to try different things that I wouldn't normally try, because I'm a bit addicted. And sometimes you can find like some artificial lighting that can be interesting as well, like here. And try to explore it. And like she just did now, like a small gesture, and then sometimes this can be the colors in backgrounds as well. Okay. Maybe you can come back and try the other side, because here.
Oh, we can walk from here.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Let's see.
Maybe you find something here.
Yeah.
If you look for characters, here's also a good place.
Okay.
But there are also some sketchy characters as well.
Sorry. People smoking are a cliche, but it's hard to avoid. It's hard to resist.
You know, I want to ask you, how is street photography in Brazil for you compared to Germany right now?
Well, I think it's most people just tend to like to go to different countries to shoot. But I'm very interested in what's very close to me. You know, my everyday life. For me, it's as interesting as other places. And I think I tend to do better pictures when I'm home, because you know I know everything, so things are not exotic to me. So I tend to concentrate more on composition, in expressing myself, and you know, seeing things in a different way. And when I come to different places, everything is fascinating, is new for me. So
it's hard to focus.
It's hard. It's hard to focus, and it's hard to avoid doing like cliche images or images that are more about the place than how you saw it. So when I travel, I photograph a lot, but I think my average of good images is generally lower than when I'm home. But at the same time, I love traveling to do street photography in other places. And
most people struggle to shoot in their hometown. They get bored or they're not excited. Do you have any tips for people who are getting bored?
I mean, for me, it's a state of mind. You have to really enjoy being out on the streets in your hometown as well, and that's what happens to me. Like in Brasilia, where I live, it's the capital of Brazil, but it's a very weird city because it's the capital with lots of empty spaces and the streets are not very interesting. But then I found the bus station. I have a series that I've been doing there for 4 or 5 years, and there's always something going on there, and the place just changes a lot depending on the time of the year, because you know, the winter the light is coming from a place, from a certain area,
so
and
it's really
the summer
observing something specific from the city, and then you see that there's a lot you can do, right?
And I think that by doing this for 4 or 5 years, I think it helped me in getting better, because you know, in the first year I would go there and I would just shoot the things normally, and you know, a more frontal image. And then as time passed, I just started looking for more complex scenes, and you know, just trying to. It made me try different things.
When did you start with street photography?
I started around 2009. 2008. It's been like 10 years. So
then the first 2-3 years, you will always shoot the same pictures, right? And then you realize...
Yeah, what happened is that I had moved to São Paulo. I was living in London before, just for a gap year, working as a waiter.
Yeah.
And then I moved back to São Paulo and started working in a newspaper, a local newspaper, and then was very long hours, you know, long shifts.
Yeah.
And then I just realized that I should do something just to please myself, that something that was not involved with money, you know, just as a way of relieving the pressure. So I enrolled in a year-long course with Carlos Moreira. Carlos Moreira. He's like a Brazilian Cartier-Bresson, a very classic street photographer. And during 1 year, we would like take pictures for him to review every week.
Wow.
And he would show like references, all the black, white, great guys, and in the second semester, the color guys.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw the color guys, the guys who worked with, you know, light and colors like Harry Gruyere and Alex Webb and then Pinkasov, and that's the path that I want to follow. And then
that sounds like a really good training.
Yeah. I mean, I started getting better as I started studying references, and you know, that's something that I want to do. And you know,
it's important to learn the history as well.
Yes,
so
true.
You don't repeat stuff, or you can.
Yeah, you can repeat, but then put your own sauce in it, you know, and just try to contribute in some way. And I think it is important to have references, so when you see a scene, you know how to react, and you know how you can solve that visual problem.
Yeah, or why you react to something. There's always a link to something in the past, maybe.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we should go inside
and
look if we see something there.
Yeah, maybe we could try and explore some artificial lighting.
When the sun is out, here is like a really big spotlight. It's really nice.
Yeah,
from here
I could
down.
see. I was imagining it as I walked in. I hope that before Friday I would see some light here.
And also on the other side. Maybe it's on the other side because the sun is also on the other side. So we might get lucky over there. But yeah, you have a lot of glass here, windows.
Yes. And color as well.
Yeah, you know, I find it difficult to use shopping windows for reflections.
Yeah.
Like, what is your approach when do you go to a shopping window? Do you see something already, or
I mean,
find something?
Actually, most of the time I'm not seeing it yet, but I know that as soon as I approach like a glass or a reflective surface, as soon as I approach it, and then I'll see something, you know. It's something that you don't see at first. Yeah, there's always possibilities. And when you get closer and start moving around, and if you move 1 inch or you know, the scene can change completely. So I'm always trying to explore it, even if I didn't see something at first.
Yeah, you had one photograph of a bus driver. And he was like there was maybe the sky reflecting.
Yep. Oh, I just saw
and
something.
Below there was like a line of people. Oh, this is nice.
That's nice. Shameless. She ran away. That's cool.
I've never seen this. But this is actually quite cool.
She looked good with sunlight. And that's generally my approach as well. If I see something with potential, I tend to stay there. Depends how interesting it is, but if I see some potential, I can stay for 10 minutes or longer. If I'm not seeing.
Yeah, 10 minutes is short. A good spot. Then I know what you mean, because 28 is like I have to get really close.
But it's interesting, like.
Yeah, if I have one person like on the upper part, that would be nice. It's hard to see them.
Yeah.
It's not a clear silhouette.
Yeah, maybe someone walks in front of us, then we could have something. What's the summer like here? Do you get more sunny days in the summer?
We have
not
very
really.
short summer. sunlight. Yeah, it's mostly like 2 or 3 weeks where it's really hot and sunny. Then we have rain again. It's sometimes we have summer in the springtime. Then summer never comes back.
Yeah. I was always checking the forecast for here before coming, and I saw that you had like some sunny days some weeks ago.
Yeah. It was actually very hot a few weeks ago, but now it's jacket time again.
I always like to explore like ladders and stairs as well, because if you have someone coming from the top and someone appearing on the right side, and then you can create a very dynamic image as well. So when there's no light, I'm more open to other possibilities. Like here, and the guy, like his colors are matching the colors of the background, and we have like an interesting character on the right, and I just missed the picture because I was talking. They haven't.
That's why I never get any good pictures when I'm doing this this series.
It's already hard enough not doing this. So.
Yeah, but I'm happy that you found something here. This is usually a spot I just walk by. We can also go upstairs.
Should we check there? Yep. Yeah.
Did you encounter any negativity here in Germany in terms of some people getting angry at you? Or not yet?
Not yet, yeah. I mean, I've been here only for 24 hours, so...
But I see that you just freely shoot and don't care too much.
I don't ask very much. If people get angry, then I'll try and explain and try to be nice. But most of people just don't care. And in Brazil, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. Like people, most of the time, some people get suspicious, but when you're confident and you just smile and I think it's a lot about your attitude and how you, what you pass to these people, what you show. If you don't feel that you're doing something wrong, then I think it will show.
When you feel like you're doing something wrong, then it will show on your face.
Yeah. What do you think of Germany? Do you think that people are cool here about it, or
no,
not that much?
Not really.
Yeah. That's something that I like doing as well, like people under the glass. It's hard to get something very interesting most of the time, but good work. And what's the law here? Like, can you shoot people freely on the streets, or?
No, you cannot even shoot without asking first. But the problem is, street photography doesn't work like that. You cannot ask first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And because of that, we had one incident where a woman was suing a photographer, a Berlin street photographer, but the court decided that the photographer was in its right. It was okay to shoot. The women, and that is because they actually said because street photographer in its nature is candid. So it's not allowed, but for street photography there's like make an exception.
That's great then. You're protected by law.
New copyright laws or privacy laws, and they are not defining what street photography is. So it's like a gray zone still.
Now it's getting embarrassing. Let's go.
You can always say, I'm waiting for my burger.
The industry is in a very bad stage in Brazil as well. Like photographers having to most of the time to pay for work, and that's why I'm like fine with being a journalist and paying my bills with journalism, and then having street photography just for fun and now and then making some money.
Can you also do street photography while you are working as a journalist?
Sometimes, yeah, but most of the time I'm just in the office. I'm just doing social media stuff. Like sometimes I go out to shoot some videos for Facebook or Twitter, just small videos at work. But most of the time I'm just at the office. But then I work from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then I have a 1 hour break by the end of the afternoon. And I always take this break when the light is good. And then so I will always go out. And Brasilia, in Brasilia, in the capital, it's a very dry place. Even in the winter, we have lots of sunny days. So yeah, and then I have the free mornings. I usually wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning or 6:30, depending. And then I go out to shoot for the first 2 or 3 hours. And for me,
the morning light.
Yes, for me, I mean, this is my favorite time to shoot. Actually, the first hours of the day, because the mind is so fresh and I don't know. It's just a different atmosphere in the city as well. Like people are already out to go to work. But a bit sleepy. So yeah, but the end of the afternoon is as interesting as because it's another tension in the air. People just rushing home and it's a bit crazier. But I like the first hours of the day as well. That's nice here. It's a bit of.
I don't know what's happening here. It looks like a Christmas market, but it's the wrong time.
Yeah. A friend of mine from Lisbon said he came here for the Christmas market. It was very nice. Yeah. Something very German, right?
Yeah.
And have you been to Japan to shoot as well? Do you still have family?
Of course, I have family there. I mean, my wife's parents are in Osaka and my grandparents are in Tokyo.
Wow, the lights.
So light is out.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Cool. I'd love to go there one day too, but for Brazil it's very expensive, Didn't last much. And then, like 3 years ago, I started teaching workshops with a friend in Brazil, and now and then we have the opportunity to go to other cities, and then it's always, a chance to shoot a different place as well. So I'm trying to.
Oh, maybe you should do a workshop in Tokyo.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard because the language barrier is huge. I don't know if people there speak good English or
they
some
can.
People.
But you probably don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. When I have the chance to talk to Japanese people when I'm traveling, it's always harder to communicate. Even.
But I know photographers who also Siegfried Hansen. He also does workshops in Tokyo.
Yeah, the Magnum guys. I think some of them already.
Yeah, and it's all English, and you also have a lot of foreigners living.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, basically for me, street photography goes beyond like just doing street photography and being on the street. Like I make friends with street photography. I travel because of street photography. I think it involves like all parts of my life now. And
when we are up, you can see on the side. You can see the street on the left side.
Okay,
it's very nice.
Nice here. Wow, I see what you mean.
Just scan the environment by looking through the viewfinder.
Yeah, sometimes I just look at the viewfinder to see
how the camera sees it.
And how my focus is, because that's the problem with these lenses, because you can see beforehand
no distance scale.
Yeah, but most of the time is okay when I check.
Does that mean you use zone focusing a lot?
Yes, I'm always on manual focus.
Everything
most
manual
of the time.
or something auto?
Yeah, most of the time everything is manual, but now
I need the control, right? When reflections.
Now and then, when I have like a situation where the light is changing a lot, and then I just let my ISO in auto.
Oh yeah.
And then,
Here's also a nice reflection on the.
Yeah, that's cool.
Roof.
That's nice. Yes, but I'm trying, to cut the letters so people won't actually read what's written, because I think it's a bit distracting when we have the whole word. So I think it's better just to leave some loose letters, like ZA, PAs.
Yeah.
And it's better than having pizza or pasta.
I want to show you here when you go into the bookstore, you can also see the city, and people are sitting and reading, and can also be nice.
That's nice. Oops, sorry. Where does the sun set? Do you know? Do you remember? It depends on the time of the year.
It's on behind these buildings.
Yeah, so you should get a great light here when the sun's setting.
Yeah, but not for long. The sun is usually blocked by the buildings.
Yeah. The good thing about here is that the buildings are mostly short, right? Like comparing to other big cities.
Oh yeah,
that's,
never thought about it. You're right.
Yeah, but like São Paulo is impossible. Like the buildings are I was in New York last month as well. So if you're not by the river, you get the streets get shady very quickly.
But you also get then light sandwich, right? From building to building.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a bouncy light. That's yeah. And how do you think that the Hamburg compares to Berlin? Are they very different? Yeah, I was in Berlin in 2011. I don't remember.
I think it's very different.
Yeah.
For me, I find Berlin more exciting to shoot.
Yeah.
I feel like there are more people, and because there are more people, I feel a bit more at ease. Oh, yeah, nice shot. We had a discussion, a friend of mine, we had a discussion about that when we went to Berlin. Berlin has more culture, more traditions. I don't know, Hamburg is also very...
It's very modern here, right?
Modern here in the center, but when you go to Cape Harbor, that's where all the history is. We are one of we call Hamburg the gate of the world, because all the goods are coming here.
Yes, through the port.
Import and export.
Yeah.
So we have that, but inside the city, in the center, it feels like any generic city. You understand? But Berlin has still this DDR vibe, the West and the East were divided. It still has this...
this patina of age. Was Hamburg very destroyed during the war?
Yes. Oh, that is probably also one of the reasons why it looks modern and has lost some of the history or culture. Yeah, it was really damaged a lot.
Okay, so I'll go to the toilets quickly before we continue. I had 2 beers in the lunchtime, so and then I pee all the day. Yes, I'm in Germany, so.
What beer did you?
I tried Astra, and I tried one that they sell at the Elbe Philharmonica. I can't remember the name exactly. It was good.
But Astra is.
It's a local one. So I had to try it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was also, But I was in Portugal, and their beer is very weak. It's very but it costs just €1 or something.
It's the same in Japan. U1, oder? Now you have to be fast.
Zweites Erdgeschoss. Second ground floor.
do you like about the X-T2? Because usually street photographers are like using the rangefinder style.
Yes, I used to have the X Pro 2, but then I went to Colombia last year, and on the first day of my trip, I just dropped it on the sea, and then it stopped working. And then for the rest of the trip, I started using my iPhone, and it was good because I could get closer to people. But then when I came back home, I just decided to, just to try a new one. And was weird in the beginning because you have like the viewfinder in the middle, and I was used to
But it's
to have
bigger
it.
than the X Pro cameras. Right?
Yes, I mean I think it's shorter. No, I'm sorry. I think it's more compact here, but it's a bit taller.
Yeah.
I think it's basically the same size, but they're both great cameras. The thing is that I was always losing this thing here, the rubber protection, and so I heard people saying that when you lose it, the camera is not sealed anymore, weather sealed anymore. And maybe that's what happened to my X Pro 2. So I don't know, just got pissed and I wanted to try a new camera. But I think they're very similar.
Yeah.
And and I think changing the ISO, it's quicker here. With the X Pro 2, you have to raise something and and I was always changing it accidentally.
Yeah.
But they're both the same. If the X Pro 3 comes out eventually, I might go back to the X Pro. I don't know. I think I like changing sometimes, just for the sake of it. Yeah, I like different gear.
Yeah. Is it your only main camera, or do you have?
Yes, I'm 100% of time just using this, but I still have like an old Nikon D600.
Yeah.
Full frame, right? Yes, it's full frame. Then when I want to take some pictures of my daughter and have a blurry background and just. But even for like when I get some freelance jobs, I'm always using this now. And, I'm fine with Fuji's not being full frame. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
And I'm also using my iPhone too. I have a profile, like a second Instagram profile that's just for my.
What's it called?
It's called Minas.movel, MOVEL. It's mobile, It's just.
It's only.
It's
iPhone.
more. Yeah, it's only iPhone, and now and then I post some pictures of my family, and I'm trying to do some videos like Picasso, or I think it's a bit more experimental.
Nice.
And I post things that I just did, and with my Instagram, my main account, I usually take weights for 6 months before posting, so I can just have like a colder look at my images. Yeah.
That's not easy to do, right?
Yeah, but I think it's a healthy habit, because I have to look back at my stuff from 6 months behind, and
you become a better editor.
Yeah, hopefully. but
That's
since I'm posting like almost every day, now and then I still post some shit, but at least I'm trying to exercise my editing skills when I do this, I think.
Cool, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and I don't get so anxious about posting, something that I just did, so yeah, it's a more relaxed workflow, I think.
Yeah, sounds like a healthy habit.
Yeah.
So there's the Apple Store. We can have a look, because sometimes it's
okay.
Nice reflections.
Cool. Yeah, could work. Let's see.
Sometimes I also go inside. Yeah, I don't know. I don't find this too exciting.
Yeah, I think we should go back to the sun.
Yeah.
I'll probably come back here tomorrow to explore a bit more. A shame that the opening is at 7 p.m. when the lights will start getting good.
Yeah.
If it's sunny, I'll just feel I should be on the street. Oh, that's nice here. nice soundtrack. Okay. That's something that I usually do as well. Like when I see a car, I try to frame something with its windows. And
you know, I always ask the photographers I interview, like, what would you give as advice for a beginner? Like, if you had to start over, what would you say to yourself?
Let me think. Well, I think what most beginners don't have is like persistence. I think many people just give up very quickly when they see that street photography doesn't give quick recognition or money or, you know,
even quick results.
Yeah, or quick outcome. So you really have to like spend at least 3 years or more doing street photography regularly before you start getting any good in it and you start building a portfolio. So yeah, I think that's it. Being persistent and not giving up quickly, and yeah, ideally I would tell them as well to shoot every day if possible, and not only going out specifically to do street photography, but like shooting your everyday life, like at home, your kids. Yeah. If you're going to work, like when we teach workshops, some people say, "Oh, I have no time at all because you know I work hard and I have family." But if you're going to work, you're taking a bus or going out to have lunch or dinner with your family, there's always like photo possibilities. Yeah. Of course, like the mindset when you're going out specifically to shoot is a bit different because you're totally focused and it's a nice mindset, but you shouldn't stop. Like
when you
persistent. And you start changing your mind. Like you start like aligning things or seeing lights everywhere. Yeah. Like you know, it's a process. And as I was saying, like I don't think that talent is very important. It's more important like to have to do a persistent job and not quitting very easily.
Yeah, someone who works hard on their craft, I think always beats someone with talent that is lazy.
Yeah, exactly. I really believe it. Hello, I'm Gustavo.
Feel free to look around.
Thank you.
Everything's okay.
Thank you. Wow, never saw them so big in Cuman. You can see like the bad sides of Fuji sensor.
So this is really the first time you see the prints?
Yes, it is. I mean, they did everything by themselves here. But I like it this way, like photographing is one thing, and then I always suffer a bit to edit. And when you have someone else to do this, and who will take a yes, the curator and the publisher together, they did but it's all based on the book. I think like all the pictures here are also on the book, so it's. But the book has 95 images, and I'm not sure about how many we're having here. It was one of my first images in Brasilia, and Brazil is just like this. Like the roads are all built for cars, so we always have to risk our life like crossing, because otherwise you have to walk to this bridge to walk here. It's crazy.
Your book is called Maximum Shadow and Minimum Light, right?
Yes, minimal light. Actually, this is a line from a poem by Brazilian poet Paulo Leminski. It's a poet, which is a poet that I like very much, and I don't know, when I first read this line, and then I thought that it made sense, like, and then I just kept this line in my mind, and then when the publisher asked me for some ideas for the title, I just wrote it down on a paper and took it to Austria in 2017 when we first edited the book. And when I read it, he just, oh, that's it. And I was, are you sure? I thought that it just made sense for me, but no. And then he was very quick, let's use it for this title. And then the book has has the poem like as a preface, as a forward. I like how grainy it is. Like, it was very dark in the playground. And this is one of the things I like most about street photography. Like, obviously I was framing, these two kids in the background, and then suddenly this guy just runs into the frame and just makes the picture for me. Yeah, that's, of course we are always trying to make things out of the brain and thinking a lot about composition, but then when the unexpected happens, it just takes it to another level, I think.
Yeah. So this is the book.
Yeah, this is the book. So.
And you see it for the first time?
I know the book. I have seen it, but I just got to see it in Lisbon because it took so long to get to Brazil, and that's it. I have this picture here.
That's a nice format.
Yeah,
not too big.
I like it.
How many pages it looks like?
I think it's 200 pages and 95 pictures. It's more over 200, I think, a bit more.
Are you satisfied with the print quality?
Yeah, I am. I think they did a great job. It's very faithful to what I would see in my screen. And this is a short test that I wrote like very quickly.
That's probably harder than taking the pictures.
Yeah, it is. It's always a pain when you have to try to say words.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Your first book, right?
Yeah, thank you. I hope there will be more to come.
Drink more beer. Beer.
Do it again. Thank you.